Tomorrow, the man convicted of killing a woman in the Ballpark neighborhood with an AK-47 will face sentencing. Michael Close killed Isabella Thallas while she was walking her boyfriend's dog in 2020.
Isabella's mom, Ana, sat through every day of the trial and plans to be there when her daughter's killer learns his fate. Ahead of sentencing, Ana sat down with 9 News anchor Alexander Lewis to reflect on the unthinkable shooting and the 2.5 years she's been without her daughter and trying to really explain her grief.
And I still haven't stopped thinking about this interview. We did it a couple of weeks ago, and everybody goes through grief and handles it differently. And for Ana in particular, it was just still so raw, uncompromising. It really does consume every second of her life, and you will see that in this story. Bella's death has received national attention. It really had a profound effect on this city, but for a mom specifically who lost her oldest child just 2 days after her 21st birthday, it's the reality of gun violence you can never escape. It was Ana's middle child, Lucia, who told her mother what happened on the morning of June 10th, 2020. A man became enraged as Bella and her boyfriend Darian walked his dog down past an apartment building at 29th and Huron. He pointed an AK-47 out of his apartment window and shot 24 times. He severely wounded Darian. He killed Bella.
You're thinking out of emotion because your child's laying there dead, and you just want to hold her face or hug her. You see that she died alone.
But a jury determined he was fully responsible for his incomprehensible actions. His first-degree murder conviction comes with a mandatory life sentence. What makes this case even more shocking, we found out the AK-47 used in the killing belonged to a former Denver police officer who said his friend Michael Close stole his gun. In response, Ana has fought irresponsible gun ownership, lobbying for the Isabella Thallas Act, which requires now gun owners to report lost or stolen guns within 5 days in the state of Colorado, and there are penalties if you do not do that. She also has a civil suit pending against the Denver Police Department. She can't talk about it. It is outstanding litigation. It is pending, but she fully believes the Denver Police Department should have some accountability for one of their own being so careless with not just any weapon, but an automatic weapon.
Well, yeah, you'd think of certain people being held to a higher standard with something like that. And I think also you're walking your dog and all of a sudden you're being shot at, and it's there, but for the grace of God go I, for anyone. What happened to her could
an everyday activity.
Anyone, any day.
And I asked her, I'm like, how do you wrap your mind around that? Someone shoots your child 24 times for doing a mundane act that we all do. She said, I haven't. 2.5 years later, I still cannot process what happened to my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, in the sentencing too, I mean, and you understand why she was there every single day. You have to for your daughter. But his anger, he was just waiting to boil, is really what the prosecutors, and all he needed was access to what he had and a moment.
Yep. And so we talk about all of that. We go through the trial, how she found out, and of course, being there tomorrow, what that means to her. And we actually went to Bella's gravesite with her mom, which was an incredibly emotional experience as well. So just to get a little bit of a glimpse in, like we say, the reality of gun violence in this city, there's no better person than Ana Thallas to tell her story, and we will do that tonight at 9 and 10.
And grief doesn't take a day off.
Never does.
Thanks, Alex.